My beloved child, something is shifting in your world at this very moment. You may not see it yet. You may not hear the footsteps. But someone is making their way toward you, and this is not random. Before you brush this off, pause. Breathe. Don't skip. What you are about to understand has been quietly unfolding behind the scenes of your life. There is a person whose heart has been stirred in ways they cannot fully explain. They have felt a pull, a curiosity, a sense that they are meant to move closer. They might not even know your full story, yet something about your energy, your presence, your spirit has reached them. This connection did not begin today. It began in subtle moments, a passing thought, a dream they couldn't forget, a sudden desire to change direction. You were part of that shift, even if your name was never spoken aloud. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This is not about coincidence. It is about alignment, timing, readiness. For a long time, you have wondered why certain doors closed, why certain people faded away, why you felt moments of loneliness that didn't make sense. What if those spaces were being cleared? What if your path had to be quiet for a while so that the right footsteps could be heard? Someone is gathering courage. They are releasing old fears. They are letting go of hesitation. They are stepping out of comfort and into intention. And every small decision they make is slowly guiding them toward you. You may feel it as restlessness. You may feel it as anticipation. You may feel it as a sudden hope you cannot explain. That feeling is not random. The universe often moves silently before it moves visibly. And right now, invisible threads are being woven together in ways you cannot see. But here is the most surprising truth. They are just as uncertain as you. They are wondering if they will be accepted. If the timing will be right. If the connection they sense is real. Yet despite their doubts, they keep moving forward. Because something inside them refuses to stay still. And here is what makes this once in a lifetime. The version of you that exists right now, stronger, wiser, more self-aware, is the exact version they are meant to meet. Not your past. Not your mistakes. Not your old fears. You, as you are becoming. Don't skip this moment. Let it settle in your heart. Someone is closing the distance. You don't need to chase. You don't need to force. You don't need to prove. Simply remain open. Because very soon, something subtle will change, a message, an encounter, a conversation that feels different from the rest. And when it happens, you will remember this moment. You will realize, this was never random. Something huge is waiting for you. And this is only the beginning. Right now, while you are listening to this, their heart is rehearsing a moment they have not yet lived. They have imagined what it would feel like to finally stand in front of you. To speak. To reveal what has been quietly growing inside them. And every time they imagine it, something inside them says, this is real. Don't skip this part, because what you are about to understand changes everything. This person did not wake up one day and randomly decide to move toward you. There was a turning point. A subtle but powerful realization that shook them gently from the inside. It may have happened during an ordinary day, in the middle of routine, in the quiet of night, or in a simple moment of reflection. They realized they could no longer ignore the pull. And here is the surprising truth: they tried to ignore it at first. They told themselves it was nothing. Just a passing thought. Just curiosity. But the feeling kept returning. Stronger, clearer, impossible to dismiss. Something huge is waiting for you, and it has everything to do with timing. While you were working on yourself, healing, growing, questioning your path, they were doing the same. Two separate journeys unfolding in parallel. Two hearts learning lessons they didn't even know would prepare them for each other. This is not random. Every delay you experienced was protection. Every "not yet" was preparation. Every closed door was redirecting you toward a meeting that requires the version of you that exists today. Stay till the end, because this next revelation is rare. They are closer than you think. Not just physically, but emotionally. Spiritually. Energetically. The distance that once felt wide is quietly shrinking. Conversations that once seemed unlikely are becoming possible. Circumstances are rearranging in ways that will soon make sense. And when the moment finally arrives, it won't feel chaotic. It will feel calm. Familiar. Almost as if your soul recognizes something before your mind does. You will not need grand signs. You will not need dramatic proof. There will be a quiet certainty, a steady knowing that this encounter was written into your path long before you understood it. Don't skip this truth. Someone is overcoming their hesitation right now. They are choosing courage over comfort. They are choosing possibility over fear. And step by step, thought by thought, they are aligning with you. This connection is not about chance. It is about convergence. Two lives moving separately, until they don't. And very soon, you will notice a shift so subtle yet so powerful that it will change the way you see your own story. Something huge is waiting for you. And the distance between you and them is almost gone. There is a moment approaching that will feel small on the surface. But it will quietly change everything. It may look ordinary. A simple interaction. A brief exchange. A glance that lingers a second longer than expected. But beneath that ordinary surface, something profound will be unfolding. Don't skip this, because this is where the hidden truth begins to reveal itself. This person has already crossed an invisible line. They are no longer wondering if they should move toward you. Now they are wondering how. They are thinking about timing. About the right words. About the right moment. They do not want to rush it. They do not want to lose it. Because deep down, they sense that this connection is rare. And here is what makes this shocking in the most beautiful way. They feel as if they already know you. Not every detail. Not every chapter of your story. But the essence of you. Your resilience. Your quiet strength. The way you carry depth behind your smile. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just about meeting someone new. It is about being seen in a way you have not been seen before. For a long time, you have felt like parts of you were unnoticed, misunderstood, overlooked. This person is moving toward the very parts you thought were invisible. Stay till the end, because this next shift is powerful. As they prepare to step closer, you may begin to feel an unexpected calm, a subtle confidence, a sense that you no longer need to chase or prove anything. That is not coincidence. Your energy is stabilizing. And when two energies stabilize at the same frequency, distance becomes temporary. They are aligning their life in ways you cannot yet see. Adjusting schedules. Making decisions. Letting go of distractions. Creating space without even fully realizing why. All of it is leading them toward you. Don't skip this truth. This connection is not loud or chaotic. It is steady, intentional, almost sacred in its simplicity. When the moment arrives, it will not feel like something forced. It will feel like something remembered. As if your paths were always meant to cross at this exact point in time. And when you look back, you will understand that every delay, every pause, every unanswered question was guiding you here. Someone is making their way toward you. Not by accident. Not by impulse. But by a quiet, undeniable pull that refuses to fade. Something huge is waiting for you. And the next chapter is closer than you think. The next time your phone lights up or your path unexpectedly shifts, pay attention. Because what looks ordinary is about to carry extraordinary meaning. Someone is no longer just thinking about you. They are preparing to act. The hesitation that once slowed them down is dissolving. The questions that once held them back are being answered in quiet clarity. Don't skip this moment, because this is where destiny turns from invisible to real. There is a conversation forming in their mind right now. Words they have replayed. Scenarios they have imagined. Not out of fantasy, but out of sincerity. They do not want a fleeting interaction. They want something intentional. And here is the revelation that may surprise you. They have changed because of you. Without dramatic events. Without loud declarations. Simply by sensing who you are, they have become braver. More open. More willing to take a step they once avoided. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just romance or companionship. It is alignment at a level you have rarely experienced. This person does not want to meet the old version of you. They are drawn to the growth you fought for in silence. The lessons you learned when no one was watching. The strength you built when you thought nothing was happening. Stay till the end, because this is the turning point. You may soon feel an unusual clarity. A moment where doubt fades and intuition becomes louder. That clarity is not random. It is the signal that both paths are finally synchronized. They are closer than timing has ever allowed before. And when they reach you, it will not feel rushed. It will feel earned. You will sense that this meeting required patience. That it required you to become who you are now. That it required them to overcome what once limited them. Don't skip this truth. The universe does not rush what is meant to last. Someone is making their way toward you with intention, not impulse. With courage, not confusion. With purpose, not coincidence. And when your worlds finally touch, it will feel like a quiet confirmation that all along, this was unfolding exactly as it needed to. Something huge is waiting for you. And the moment of arrival is almost here. Before this week ends, a subtle shift will begin to feel undeniable. It won't arrive with noise or spectacle. It will arrive with certainty. A message that feels different. A meeting that feels guided. A moment where your intuition quietly whispers, "This is it." Don't skip this, because what happens next is the reason you were asked to be patient. For so long, you believed you were waiting alone. But you were never alone in the waiting. While you were questioning whether anyone truly understood you, someone was learning how to become the kind of person who could. While you were strengthening your boundaries, they were learning how to respect them. While you were healing quietly, they were preparing to meet you without old baggage. This is not random. This is convergence at the exact point where both of you are ready. Something huge is waiting for you, and here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. The connection will not feel like fireworks. It will feel like home. A calm recognition. A steady warmth. A conversation that flows without effort. A silence that feels comfortable instead of awkward. You will realize that the waiting was not a delay. It was refinement. Stay till the end, because this final truth matters more than anything. You do not need to transform yourself any further to receive this. You do not need to impress. You do not need to chase. The very energy you carry right now is what draws them closer. They are not approaching because you are perfect. They are approaching because you are authentic. And authenticity is rare. When they finally stand in your presence, something inside both of you will settle. Not in a dramatic way. In a grounding way. As if two separate journeys have finally reached the same destination. Don't skip this moment in your life. Someone is making their way toward you with intention, with clarity, with quiet certainty. And when it happens, you will look back at every doubt you once had and understand. It was never random. It was always leading here. Something huge is waiting for you. And it is about to arrive. There is a reason your heart feels more alert lately, as if it senses something just beyond the horizon. You may not have proof yet. No clear evidence. No official beginning. And still, something inside you knows that change is close. Don't skip this, because this is the moment where everything becomes clear. The person making their way toward you has reached a decision point. Not a dramatic announcement. Not a grand display. A quiet, powerful decision within themselves: I am going to step forward. That decision changes timelines. It shifts energy. It turns possibility into movement. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is unfolding faster than you realize. While you are listening to these words, they are gathering courage in ways you cannot see. Releasing old stories. Letting go of distractions. choosing clarity over confusion. And every internal shift they make pulls them closer to you. Here is the revelation that may leave you speechless. They have felt your absence before even meeting you. A sense that something has been missing. A space in their life that no achievement or routine could fully fill. And now, without fully understanding why, they sense that you are the answer to that space. Stay till the end, because this final layer matters deeply. When this connection finally materializes, it will not feel rushed or chaotic. It will feel like divine timing without the need for dramatic signs. A natural unfolding. A steady realization that both of you were being prepared separately for this exact encounter. You will not have to question whether it is real. You will feel it in the calm. You will recognize it in the ease. You will understand it in the way conversations flow without effort and silences feel safe instead of empty. Don't skip this truth. The waiting season is closing. The unseen movement is becoming visible. Someone is no longer just making their way toward you in thought. They are stepping into action. And when your paths finally cross in a way that cannot be ignored, you will realize that every delay, every doubt, every quiet moment was aligning you with something greater than coincidence. Something huge is waiting for you. And now, it is almost here. The silence you've been experiencing is not emptiness, it's anticipation. There is a stillness before arrival, a calm before two paths finally recognize each other. And that stillness is wrapping around you right now. Don't skip this moment, because this is where everything quietly locks into place. The person making their way toward you has stopped debating with themselves. The inner back and forth is over. The "what if" has transformed into "why not?" They are no longer waiting for a perfect sign. They have become the sign. And here is the truth that feels almost unbelievable. They have already chosen you in their heart. Before the official conversation. Before the visible step. Before the world even notices. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries a depth you did not expect. This connection is not about filling a void. It is about expanding a life that is already growing. You were not meant to be rescued. You were meant to be met, at your level, in your strength, in your becoming. Stay till the end, because this is the final unveiling. When the moment happens, and it will feel both new and strangely familiar. As if you are stepping into a memory you forgot you had. A recognition that doesn't need explanation. You will notice how natural it feels. How steady. How real. No confusion. No guessing games. Just clarity. Don't skip this realization. The reason this is not random is because you both had to evolve to reach this point. If it had happened earlier, it would have slipped through your hands. If it had happened later, you might have closed your heart. But now? Now you are open enough to receive. And they are brave enough to approach. Someone is making their way toward you with certainty. And when they arrive, you will understand that every quiet moment before this was building toward one life-changing encounter. Something huge is waiting for you. And the wait is almost over. What you are about to experience will not feel accidental, it will feel orchestrated. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a way that demands attention from the world. But in a way that makes your heart pause and say, "This was meant to happen." Don't skip this, because this is where the invisible becomes undeniable. The person making their way toward you is no longer preparing. They are moving. Quietly. Intentionally. Each small action they take is shortening the space between your lives. And here is the revelation that changes everything. You have already crossed paths in some form. Maybe briefly. Maybe indirectly. Maybe through a shared space, a shared idea, or a moment that felt insignificant at the time. But it wasn't insignificant. It was the first ripple. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is closer than your doubts would allow you to believe. This connection is not forming out of loneliness. It is forming out of recognition. Two people who have grown separately now standing at the edge of the same chapter. Stay till the end, because this final shift is powerful. Very soon, there will be a moment that feels like alignment snapping into place. A timing that feels almost too precise. A conversation that starts simply but carries unexpected depth. You will notice how effortless it feels. No forcing. No pretending. No shrinking yourself. Just presence. And in that presence, you will realize something shocking in the most beautiful way: you were not waiting for someone to arrive. You were becoming someone worth arriving for. Don't skip this truth. Someone is making their way toward you because your paths are ready to merge, not collide. To complement, not compete. To build, not rush. This is not random attraction. Not coincidence. Not temporary curiosity. This is convergence. And when it unfolds fully, you will look back at every part of this journey and understand. It was always moving toward this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. And it is no longer just approaching. It is here. You are standing at the edge of a moment that will divide your life into before and after. Not because it will be loud. Not because it will demand attention from everyone around you. But because something inside you will quietly click into place. Don't skip this, because this is the part where the truth becomes undeniable. The person who has been making their way toward you is about to step out of the unseen and into your visible world. The preparation is complete. The inner doubts have softened. The distance that once felt wide has narrowed to almost nothing. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. When they finally reach you, it will not feel like something new is beginning. It will feel like something long awaited is finally catching up to you. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries a depth that cannot be forced or fabricated. You will notice the difference immediately. The way your energy feels steady instead of anxious. The way conversation flows without effort. The way silence feels safe rather than uncertain. This is how you will know it is not random. Random connections create confusion. Aligned connections create clarity. Stay till the end, because this final realization will change how you see everything. You were never overlooked. You were never forgotten. You were being aligned. Every delay shaped your standards. Every lesson strengthened your boundaries. Every quiet season prepared your heart. And now, someone who has been walking their own path of growth is about to intersect with yours at the exact moment both of you are ready. Don't skip this truth. This meeting is not about chance. It is about timing. It is about two lives that had to evolve before they could truly recognize each other. When it happens, it will feel simple, natural, right. And in that simplicity, you will understand something powerful. Someone was always making their way toward you. Not randomly. Not accidentally. But intentionally. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, you are fully ready to receive it. The next chapter of your life is not arriving with noise, it is arriving with certainty. Right now, as you listen, there is a quiet alignment happening that you cannot see but will soon feel. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer on a distant path. They are at the threshold. Don't skip this moment, because this is where everything finally becomes real. For so long, you may have wondered if meaningful connection was truly meant for you. You questioned the timing. You questioned yourself. You even questioned whether the waiting had a purpose. It did. Every unanswered message from the past. Every almost connection. Every situation that felt close but not quite right. They were not failures. They were filters. Something huge is waiting for you, and it required precision. It required both hearts to mature. It required both lives to align in ways that could not be rushed. And here is the most surprising truth of all. The moment you meet fully, not just physically, but emotionally, you will feel an immediate sense of relief. Not excitement alone. Not intensity alone. Relief. As if something inside you whispers, finally. Stay till the end, because this is the realization that changes everything. This person is not entering your life to disrupt it. They are entering to expand it. To walk beside you, not ahead of you. To understand you, not reshape you. That is why this is not random. Random meetings fade. Aligned meetings grow. When your paths fully merge, you will see how perfectly timed it all was. How the delays protected you. How the waiting strengthened you. How the silence was building depth. Don't skip this truth. You are not about to experience something chaotic or uncertain. You are about to experience something steady. Grounded. Real. Someone has been making their way toward you through every unseen shift, every quiet decision, every internal breakthrough. And now, the distance between anticipation and reality is almost gone. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, it is not just approaching. It is arriving. You are closer to the turning point than you have ever been before. There is an energy building around you, subtle, steady, undeniable. It feels like standing backstage moments before the curtain rises. Quiet. Focused. Expectant. Don't skip this, because this is where the unseen preparation transforms into visible reality. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer guided by uncertainty. They are guided by clarity. They know what they feel. They know what they want. And for the first time, they are ready to express it without hesitation. That shift is powerful. Because clarity creates movement. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not just about meeting someone. It is about stepping into a version of your life that feels aligned. You will notice it in small ways first. A sense of calm replacing old doubts. A confidence rising without effort. A feeling that you no longer need to search. And here is the revelation that may take your breath away. They have been adjusting their world to make space for you. Letting go of distractions. Reprioritizing what truly matters. Becoming emotionally available in a way they were not before. Stay till the end, because this next realization seals everything. When you finally connect fully, you will not feel overwhelmed. You will feel understood. And that understanding will feel rare. Not because it is dramatic, but because it is genuine. Don't skip this truth. The reason this is not random is because both of you had to grow into the people capable of sustaining it. If it had happened sooner, it would not have lasted. If it had happened later, the opportunity might have passed. But now? Now the timing is precise. Someone is no longer just walking toward you. They are stepping into your life with intention. And when that step becomes visible, you will realize that every quiet moment, every unanswered question, every delay was aligning you with something far greater than chance. Something huge is waiting for you. And this next step will change everything. This is the moment where everything you once doubted begins to make sense. Not in a loud, dramatic way, but in a quiet realization that settles deep inside your heart. The waiting was never empty. The silence was never meaningless. Every step was positioning you for this exact encounter. Don't skip this, because this is the final layer of truth. The person making their way toward you has reached emotional certainty. No more hesitation. No more second guessing. They are not approaching out of impulse. They are approaching because they recognize your value. And here is the revelation that feels almost unreal. They see your future with them before it even begins. Not as a fantasy. Not as an escape. But as a possibility that feels solid. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries a stability you may not have experienced before. When this connection fully unfolds, it will not feel rushed or fragile. It will feel intentional. Like two people who have done the inner work finally meeting at the right intersection. Stay till the end, because this is the turning of the key. Very soon, there will be a moment, simple, almost ordinary, where everything aligns. A conversation that goes deeper than expected. A shared laugh that feels effortless. A realization that you do not need to guard yourself the way you once did. You will feel safe being seen. Don't skip this truth. The reason this is not random is because it required timing, growth, and readiness on both sides. You were not meant to meet in chaos. You were meant to meet in clarity. And now, clarity has arrived. Someone is no longer just making their way toward you. They are stepping into your life with intention, with openness, with purpose. When it happens, you will not feel surprised. You will feel prepared. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, it is not just about arrival. It is about staying. The atmosphere around you is changing in ways you cannot yet explain. It feels like the final seconds before two magnets finally connect, silent, steady, inevitable. You may not see the movement with your eyes, but your intuition feels it. Don't skip this, because this is the breakthrough moment. The person who has been making their way toward you is about to cross the invisible line between thinking and doing. What was once internal is becoming external. What was once imagined is becoming expressed. And here is the revelation that makes this unforgettable. They are not just approaching you because they feel something. They are approaching because they see a future unfolding with you in it. Not a fantasy. Not a temporary spark. A future that feels grounded and real. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries a depth that cannot be manufactured. This is not about excitement alone. It is about recognition, two people realizing they have reached the same emotional level at the same time. Stay till the end, because this truth is powerful. You were never behind in life. You were never late. You were never overlooked. You were being positioned. Every time you chose growth over comfort, you were aligning with someone doing the same. Every time you healed instead of repeating old patterns, you moved closer to this meeting. Don't skip this realization. The reason this connection feels rare is because it is built on readiness, not urgency. It is built on awareness, not confusion. When your paths fully merge, you will notice how natural it feels to be yourself. How easy it is to speak honestly. How steady your heart feels instead of uncertain. And in that steadiness, you will understand. Someone was always making their way toward you. Not randomly. Not accidentally. But intentionally, step by step. Something huge is waiting for you. And the moment of full alignment is now unfolding. You can almost feel it now, the shift from anticipation to arrival. There is a subtle electricity in the air, not chaotic, not overwhelming, but charged with meaning. It is the kind of energy that appears right before two stories finally intertwine. Don't skip this moment, because this is where everything becomes undeniable. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer asking themselves if they should reach out. They are asking how to make it meaningful. They want the first step to reflect the depth they already feel. And here is the revelation that changes the entire narrative. They have been observing your growth from a distance. Not in a dramatic way. Not in a way that invades your space. But in a way that recognizes your strength, your evolution, your quiet transformation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on mutual readiness. You are no longer the version of yourself that would settle for uncertainty. And they are no longer the version of themselves that avoids clarity. That is why this meeting feels different from anything before it. Stay till the end, because this final truth matters. When the moment finally happens, and it will, you will not feel the need to overthink. You will not feel the urge to guard your heart in the same way. You will sense stability. A grounded connection. A balanced exchange. A shared understanding that does not require constant explanation. Don't skip this realization. This is not about coincidence or temporary excitement. This is about two timelines that have been gradually moving toward each other, step by step, lesson by lesson. When your eyes meet, when your words connect, when your presence aligns, you will understand something powerful. This was never random. Someone has been making their way toward you with intention, patience, and quiet certainty. Something huge is waiting for you. And the next moment you experience may be the one that confirms it all. Everything is about to feel different, not because the world changes, but because your world does. There is a moment approaching that will quietly rewrite the story you have been telling yourself about love, timing, and destiny. You won't see fireworks in the sky. You will feel a shift in your chest. Don't skip this, because this is the culmination of everything. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer walking alone in uncertainty. They are walking with purpose. They are no longer testing the idea of you in their mind. They are ready to experience you in reality. And here is the revelation that makes this once in a lifetime. They have chosen depth over distraction. In a world full of surface connections and temporary excitement, they are choosing something steady. Something meaningful. Something that lasts. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries a sense of permanence that cannot be rushed. You may soon notice a defining moment, a conversation that feels intentional, a gesture that feels thoughtful, a look that carries understanding. It will not scream for attention. It will whisper certainty. Stay till the end, because this is where it all aligns. You will realize that the waiting was shaping your standards. That the quiet seasons were strengthening your heart. That every, almost, connection was teaching you what real alignment feels like. Don't skip this truth. This is not about luck. Not about chance. Not about timing that happened to work out. This is about two people who had to grow into their best selves before they could meet without fear. When it happens, you will feel calm instead of anxious. Confident instead of uncertain. Grounded instead of overwhelmed. And in that calm, you will understand something powerful. Someone was always making their way toward you. Not randomly. Not accidentally. But intentionally, step by steady step. Something huge is waiting for you. And now, the final distance between you is disappearing. A quiet breakthrough is happening behind the scenes of your life. It does not announce itself. It does not demand attention. But it is powerful enough to shift your entire direction. Don't skip this, because this is the part where destiny becomes visible. The person who has been making their way toward you has reached emotional alignment. They are no longer searching for signs. They have become certain within themselves. And certainty creates momentum. Right now, they are preparing for a defining step. Not impulsive. Not rushed. But intentional. And here is the revelation that feels almost unbelievable. They have already imagined introducing you into their future. Not as a possibility. but as a presence. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on mutual clarity. You have grown into someone who no longer accepts confusion. They have grown into someone who no longer offers it. That is why this connection feels different from anything before. Stay till the end, because this is where the final alignment locks into place. Very soon, there will be a moment that feels simple yet unforgettable. A message that feels thoughtful. A meeting that feels natural. A conversation that feels like it has been waiting to happen. And in that moment, you will not feel uncertainty. You will feel recognition. Don't skip this truth. This is not about chance encounters or fleeting sparks. This is about two lives that have been carefully unfolding in parallel, now ready to merge without fear. The waiting season is closing. The distance is dissolving. The intention is solid. Someone is no longer just making their way toward you. They are stepping fully into your world. Something huge is waiting for you. And this time, it is not just a promise. It is a reality unfolding in real time. The final pieces are sliding into place, and you can feel it in the quiet. There is a subtle confidence rising within you, a calm that did not exist before. That calm is not accidental. It is the signal that what has been approaching is now within reach. Don't skip this, because this is where everything becomes undeniable. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer wondering how you will respond. They are trusting the connection. Trust is powerful. It removes hesitation. It replaces doubt with movement. And here is the revelation that makes this unforgettable. They are ready to show up consistently. Not just once. Not just when it feels convenient. But steadily. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is rooted in stability, not intensity alone. You will soon notice a defining shift. A level of presence that feels different from anything you have experienced before. Their attention will feel focused. Their words will feel intentional. Their actions will align with what they say. Stay till the end, because this final truth seals the story. You were never meant to chase this connection. You were meant to attract it by becoming fully yourself. And that is exactly what happened. Every boundary you set. Every lesson you learned. Every time you chose growth over comfort. It all led here. Don't skip this realization. This is not random timing. This is earned alignment. When your paths fully merge, you will not feel confusion. You will feel clarity. You will not feel anxiety. You will feel steadiness. And in that steadiness, you will understand something powerful. Someone has been making their way toward you with intention, courage, and readiness. Something huge is waiting for you. And now, it is no longer approaching. It is stepping into your life for good. You are about to witness the moment where anticipation turns into reality. It will not announce itself with noise. It will arrive with presence. A presence that feels intentional, grounded, and unmistakably different from anything you have known before. Don't skip this, because this is the culmination of every unseen step. The person who has been making their way toward you has crossed the final internal barrier. They are no longer holding back pieces of themselves. They are prepared to show up fully, not partially, not cautiously, but openly. And here is the revelation that feels almost surreal. They have been waiting for the right version of you. Not a perfect version. Not a flawless version. The real version. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is built on authenticity meeting authenticity. You will soon feel a shift in the atmosphere between you. Conversations will carry depth without effort. Time will feel different in their presence. Slower, steadier, meaningful. Stay till the end, because this truth changes everything. This connection will not feel like a lesson. It will feel like alignment. You will not feel the need to decode mixed signals or search for hidden meanings. Clarity will replace confusion. Stability will replace uncertainty. Don't skip this realization. The reason this is not random is because it required preparation on both sides. Two separate journeys refining two separate hearts until they were ready to meet without fear. When it fully unfolds, you will recognize the difference instantly. This is not temporary. This is not accidental. Someone has been making their way toward you with intention and readiness. Something huge is waiting for you. And now, the waiting has ended, the connection is stepping into your life exactly when you are strong enough to receive it. The air around your story is no longer still. It is charged with arrival. You can sense it in the way your thoughts have shifted, in the way your heart feels steady instead of restless. Something is no longer forming in the distance. It is entering your present. Don't skip this, because this is the moment everything locks into place. The person who has been making their way toward you has reached full commitment within themselves. Not a temporary decision. Not an emotional impulse. A grounded choice. They are ready to stand in front of you without hesitation. And here is the revelation that changes everything. They no longer see you as a possibility. They see you as a priority. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries weight, the kind of weight that anchors instead of overwhelms. When this connection becomes undeniable, you will notice how different it feels from anything before. There will be no guessing. No wondering where you stand. No uncertainty about intention. Instead, there will be clarity. A steady presence. A consistent effort. A mutual understanding. Stay till the end, because this final realization is powerful. You were not being delayed. You were being protected from what was not aligned. Every past experience that felt incomplete was gently guiding you towards something complete. Every almost moment was refining your ability to recognize what is real. Don't skip this truth. This meeting is not random timing. It is earned timing. Two separate lives, shaped by growth and lessons, now reaching the same emotional level at the same moment. When it fully unfolds, you will feel something you may not have felt before. Certainty. Not because someone promised it, but because everything about it feels right. Someone has been making their way toward you with purpose, readiness, and intention. Something huge is waiting for you. And now, it is no longer approaching quietly. It is stepping fully into your life. This is the moment your story has been quietly building toward. Not a dramatic explosion. Not a sudden twist. But a powerful arrival that feels earned, intentional, and deeply aligned. Don't skip this, because this is where everything becomes real. The person who has been making their way toward you is no longer approaching from a distance. They are here. Emotionally present. Mentally certain. Spiritually aligned with the same future you have been preparing for. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. The connection you are about to experience will redefine what right timing truly means. It will show you that delays were not denials. That silence was not absence. That waiting was not wasted time. Something huge is waiting for you, and it carries the kind of depth that only growth can create. When it fully unfolds, you will feel a calm confidence that surprises you. No second guessing. No searching for hidden meanings. Just a steady awareness that this meeting was meant to happen now, not sooner, not later. Stay till the end, because this final truth is everything. You were never chasing love. You were becoming ready for it. And they were doing the same. Two journeys. Two transformations. One intersection. Don't skip this realization. This was never random attraction. Never accidental timing. Never coincidence. It was alignment unfolding step by step, choice by choice, lesson by lesson. When you stand face to face with this new chapter, you will feel something powerful rise within you. Gratitude for the wait. Because without the waiting, this would not feel this clear. Without the growth, this would not feel this steady. Without the preparation, this would not feel this certain.